Hey up everyone, Magpie Gaming here. I hope you're all doing well. In this video I'm going to talk about Inertia in Escape from Tarkov. It seems to be gathering pace across social media about people talking about Inertia and people bitching about it, people praising it. There's all different views all over the place, but it's one of these things that I knew was going to come about because when you get to the mid-wipe in Escape from Tarkov, people start to pick on the niggling little things that they don't like about the game, and sometimes some people use those as a reason to stop playing the game rather than just saying, look, I'm bored, I'm going to move to something else. They have to pick a negative about the game, use that, and then move to something else for a little while. And I'm not calling anybody out here, I'm not going to name names because quite frankly I don't know of anybody that is actually saying that at the moment, but I will assume from going through previous sort of mid-wipe fatigue statuses that people are doing this, because I've been through quite a few mid-wipes now. I've been playing Tarkov for 4 years now, been doing this channel roughly about Tarkov for about 3 years-ish, something like that. So yeah, I know kind of where I'm coming from with that. So I do know that people will be talking about it, but I have seen a little bit across social media about people talking about Inertia, and obviously when Inertia came about in 12.12, it was a big talking point. Then it kind of died down and everybody just sort of got on with it, and then of course now we're in mid-wipe, people are going to start talking about it again. Now for those of you that don't know what Inertia is, it is basically the physics of your character in the game. So if you think of it like this, and this is in layman's terms, I'm by no means like a physicist or anything like that, I'm just some guy in East Yorkshire that talks about Escape from Tarkov. So if you're running full pelt down a road, or it could be a country track or anywhere, or in a gymnasium or anything, but you're sprinting as fast as you can, if you try to stop in an instant, you can't do it. You have to gradually slow down and stop, and it takes a little bit of effort to do that. Now in the vast majority of video games, you can run full pelt in that video game and stop in an instant. I don't know of many games that have an inertia system in them. There might be a few games that I've played and I've never really noticed it, but when you do this in Escape from Tarkov, your character will still have a little bit of travel, because that's how things work in the real world. And to be fair, inertia in Escape from Tarkov is nothing like in the real world, but it's as good as you can get in a video game without completely ruining the video game experience, because video games meant to be fun, right? So yeah, you have this little bit of travel in your character, and it's the same when you try and strafe. So you'll try and strafe out into a corridor to have a quick peek, and then you want to go straight back in, but your character will still have that little bit of travel to the left, even though you've already started clicking to the right. And that was a big leap in sort of character movement in Escape from Tarkov when 12.12 came about, and I'll admit it took me quite a while to get used to it. It was a little bit weird at first. Your character was a bit spongy, didn't move like it used to, you know. I'd been used to playing the game for almost 4 years with a character movement that had stayed pretty much the same all through that time, and there I was with this character that like kind of wobbled about a bit and had a little bit more movement than I wanted him to. But you counteract this, you change your play style towards it and you get used to it. And I think the vast majority of people out there did. Yes, there was a big conversation about it when it came about, and a lot of people wasn't too happy with it, a lot of people saying it ruined the experience for them, but I think the vast majority of people just got used to playing it. And I've got to the point now where I don't really notice it. I manage it that well in the game, it's just become second nature to sort of perceive how your character's moving, and you know, maybe whereas before I would have stopped moving my character at a certain point, I now maybe stop moving them just before I would have done before, so that that little bit of sort of travel of your character doesn't count anymore. And one of the places that I really noticed this was, I played a little bit of the World War III beta last week, and I kept getting stuck on objects. And the reason for that was because in Escape from Tarkov, if I'm about to strafe around a corner and I'm pressing A to go left, I will let go of A, but I know that my character is going to do that little bit more of travelling, so I will get round the objects that I'm coming up to. In World War III, doesn't have an inertia system, so I kept letting go too early and bumping into things. And that's when I thought, you know what, this inertia system, it really does make a difference in the game. And depending on who you talk to, it depends who liked it, who didn't. I think I had a fairly good idea that there was a few people out there that really hated it, but I wasn't too sure. So one peg stepped in and did a poll on his, I think it was on Twitter, or it might have been on YouTube, I think it was YouTube, and I hope he doesn't mind me stealing his sort of results for this video. I will of course put a link in the description down below to his channel. Check it out if you want to get sort of really detailed insights into certain things in Escape from Tarkov. He does new stuff, quite like me, but he goes into a great detail about it. Very knowledgeable, does some great videos, so definitely check out his channel. But yeah, I did a poll and he was basically asking if PvP in Tarkov was better now with Inertia or worse, and 73% of those polled out of, I think it was 6,700 people, said that it was better now. 12% said it was worse, 13% said it doesn't matter or they don't care, and there was 3% that for a laugh said they don't know what this means. Yeah, it was surprising results for me because I thought it would be worse, but I think one of the things is that those that don't like it are probably people that play this game for a living, and when these types of people say things, it generally becomes quite a big buzz. Even though they are a very, very small portion of the gaming community for this game, they have a louder voice than the vast majority of us because they have huge platforms and lots of people watching them and supporting them. So yeah, my question to people watching this video is, what do you think of Inertia in Escape from Tarkov? Do you think it was a good inclusion? Do you think it needs changes? Maybe it needs a few more tweaks. Let's not forget this went through the ETS servers, it went through a lot of testing, it went through a lot of tweaking. I think it has been tweaked since the release. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm guessing that it probably has been. And you know, it got the approval of the people that tested it. One of the things that I'm not too sure of is why Inertia was added into the game. Was it always planned to come into Escape from Tarkov from Tarkov's inception? Was it something that they decided to put in as they developed the game and thought, you know what, for a certain sense of realism we should sort of put a system in like this just to give character movement that bit more sort of just realisticness? Is that a word? Realisticness? Yeah, sounds right anyway. Yeah, just to make the movement a little bit more realistic. Or was it put in to combat that sort of jump around Call of Duty style of gameplay that I have seen in Escape from Tarkov? I've seen some streamers do it, and it's impressive to watch in Tarkov because it's not a play style that's easy to pull off, you know, with the way the characters move, with the stamina degradation that you get. Depending on your weight, it'll depend how fast you can move, etc. There's lots of different factors that sort of guide how much you can move your character like a character out of Call of Duty. But some streamers manage to do it and it is pretty impressive to watch. But it's also a play style that I don't really think Battlestate envisaged for this game. I think they envisaged a more tactical play style, something a bit more methodical, something where you would think more about your situations. So was it that they brought Inertia in so that they could realise their overall sort of vision for the game? Or was it brought in simply to combat that play style because it isn't what they want for the game? I think it probably could be both, I don't know. I think even if it was something that was planned, it has had the effect of combating that playstyle to a certain degree. There are players out there that can still do that even with the Inertia in, although it does make a difference. Everybody's going by the same rules with Inertia, so everybody to a certain degree has had to change their playstyle to sort of fit in with it. But yeah, my question is, you know, what do you think about it? Like I say, when it came out and I started playing, it took a little bit of getting used to, but the people that I know personally that play the game all say that they quite like it. You know, it doesn't really make a huge difference to them. They've just adapted their play style to it, although we are all in agreement that it could maybe do with a little bit of tweaking. And obviously it doesn't really hugely tie in very well with the skills system within Tarkov, but I mean that needs a complete overhaul anyway, and I know that it's going to get one at some point. So I think eventually certain skills that you level up will maybe lessen the inertia and help with sort of the effects of it on your character. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this, and of course check out One-Peg's channel. He does some great content for Escape from Tarkov. He's quite a funny guy as well. I do like watching his videos, so check him out. And yeah, just let me know in the comment section what you think about Inertia in Tarkov, and maybe give me your opinions as to why it was added into the game. Do you think it was something that was always planned to be added, or was it just something that they added to combat certain playstyles? Let me know what you think. As always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay safe, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.